U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth has summoned senior U.S. military officers from around the world to a meeting in Quantico, Virginia. The gathering represents a rare convergence of U.S. military leadership in a single location, but it remains uncertain why Hegseth has called the meeting on such short notice. According to officials, Hegseth's abrupt summons has caused confusion among the invited generals and admirals, many of whom command thousands of troops globally. Some officials have billed the gathering as focused on the warrior ethos. An official claimed that it was likely that substantive issues like the administration's new national defense strategy and the expected shrinking of the senior-most ranks in the military could be discussed. U.S. military officials are reportedly contemplating methods to strike drug traffickers in Venezuela, with attacks on targets possible within weeks. So far, the U.S. military has struck 3 Venezuelan boats over the past month, with President Donald Trump saying officials had identified them as vehicles for drugs and narco-traffickers, and therefore legitimate targets in his administration's war against drug cartels.
Well, I would say this right away. Stop sending Tren de Aragua into the United States. Stop sending drugs into the United States. We knocked off actually 3 boats, not 2, but you saw 2. And the problem is there are very few boats out in the water. There are not a lot of boats out in the water. I can't imagine why. Not even fishing boats. There's nobody. Nobody wants to go take a fish. So it's one of those things. But I would say to him very strongly, stop sending people from your prisons into our country.
The secret meet shows signs for a probable push in defense, especially considering that Trump administration keeps considering sacking senior-most ranks in the military. This comes after Trump signed an executive order to rename the Department of Defense as the Department of War, reverting to a title it held until after World War II, when officials sought to emphasize the Pentagon's role in preventing conflict.
Today, with this executive order, you will authorize the current Secretary of Defense and the current Department of Defense to once again embrace this great lineage and once again be named the Secretary of War and the Department of War.
We won the First World War. We won the Second World War. We won everything before that and in between, and then we decided to go woke and we changed the name to Department of Defense. So we're going Department of War.
After heavily attempting to spark a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine, could the U.S. military intervene the war to forcefully bring a ceasefire? Although the idea may seem far-fetched, Trump is infamous for his unconventional style of solving problems. The commander-in-chief could easily intervene the war and bring a stop to the long-going exchange in fire between Russia and Ukraine.